Hey guys, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy and today we are doing a planning session for my two main spreads, which is my catch-all, which will be these ones, and my homeschool. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Hit the like button if you do. I'm going to try to get it going pretty fast because I know that they can take a while. This right here is my wellness section. I may get to this, I may not. I will try to really hard. If not, I will do a separate video and I will let you guys know. But this is also going to be put in. I just don't know if I can plan out all of my meals yet. I will try. So that's the goal, but if not, I will at least get to my catch-all and most likely some homeschool. So stick around. We are going to do that right now. So I have to do, it's supposed to do 2 or 3 at a time. I'm going to try 3. I just did my catch-all, and on the other side of it is homeschool. But I'm going to punch it, and I always double check, because even when I don't, sometimes I've realized, there we go, that I did it wrong. And I get so frustrated because I don't try to print extra just in case. I really just print what I need, and then if I need to do more, I will. But so if that happens and I punch it wrong, I get really frustrated because I really don't want to have to go downstairs and print some more. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is, sorry, I'm getting a text. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to write my daily tasks because those are repeats. Well, I shouldn't say they're repeats, but to meet my goals, they pretty much stick, are around the same. So I like to get up, or try to get up, between 6 and 6:30. My Bible time, my Bible and prayer. Hydrate. So I try to drink one of my whole water bottles, whatever's left from the night before. I fill it up before I come upstairs. I might drink a little bit before bed, but not too much. And then in the middle of the night, if I get up, I'll take a sip, and then whatever is left. So stretching. I'm going to put workouts separately because that may or may not be happening. Just kind of, you know, babying my back a little more again. Macros, meals, making sure that I have put in either the day before or that day. Getting outside, or walking outside. And my evening things, I'm gonna put reading. I'll put journal with it. I've been really trying, you guys, but it just doesn't always happen. I don't get to the journal. I'm going to take off tomorrow's list because I'm keeping track of things. As I finish something, I basically add something new. Okay, so actually I'm going to leave a space there because I might erase that. And then kids, bed by 8:30. Some nights that's just not going to happen because we have baseball keeping us out, but we are trying to do some Bible time. All right, home is going to go here. I'll put Mira's room because it's not quite done yet, and we might get some stuff done this weekend. I'm filming this on a Friday, so these are my to-do items. Laundry. I just really like this setup, so I'm going to continue doing it. I don't think I'm going to use dinners. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use dinners. I might actually do my kids' dinners here. We'll see. I've been putting some dinner information in on the actual day of, so I'm going to leave that blank and think about that a little bit more. Okay. Create school rhythms. I'm saying create now because I have to change some stuff over. Look over. This is just because I want to, so sometimes it doesn't get done. Clean out summer bags. still having that on the list because I'm not being, you know, pushed to do it right away. I did that. If I don't do this over the weekend, I'm gonna write it down, but I'm probably gonna get to this over the weekend. And I like to separate things if it's kind of like, if it's kind of something different, you know? And then the things that I always need to do are schedule my groceries, do the grocery pickup, and meal plan. I'm actually going to do meal prep here too. So over the weekend, I'm going to do the rest of these, and then that's going to be kind of like my end of the week type of thing. So, what is the date going to be? 30, I think. Yeah, it's only, so April 1st is Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next, I'm going to look at my calendar. I'm going to plug some things in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I've chosen to do a voiceover now because I'd really just like to quickly show you guys what I do for my planning for every week. I feel like you guys probably get bored, and yes, that is my cat's tail up in the top left corner. She came up and sat by me, and I just went about my business, probably talked to a couple people that came in and out of my bedroom, and then I realized, oh, she might be in the screen there, so you'll see that I move her later. But I don't know, you guys will have to tell me if me sharing my plan with me's every week, if that is helpful or if it gets redundant. I'm not sure. But this week I thought that I would kind of add in a little voiceover and talk about a few things. So before I get to kind of like a topic particularly, I did want to say that I think it's so important to look back on the previous week and plug in the things that you know happen every single week. So for example, on every single I think Thursday is when I like to meal plan and make sure I know that I have an idea of what kind of meals I'm going to be serving my family the next week. And then I pick a couple breakfasts and lunch to repeat as well. Mainly, it's just so helpful because when that next day comes around, or the next week on that particular day comes around, I don't have to sit there and go, what is it that I do on this day that I usually get done, but I'm forgetting about? So basically, I love the right side page, and if you own the Happy Planner dashboard layout, that's pretty similar to what the right side of my planner is as well. And I just love having this page for those kind of tasks. Yes, I do end up putting random daily to-do things on this page, but I also, in my weekly planning, make it a crucial step to look back on the previous week and look over the things that I've been writing as typical weekly things, basically assigning them a day. So for example, I know that I need to cut my kids' nails, and I pretty much make it a family thing, cutting our nails on Monday evening. My son has piano on Tuesday, and I've mentioned this before, but did you guys know that if you play piano, you have to keep your nails really short? So it's kind of a good day that I've been able to say, hey, we're going to cut everybody's nails on Monday evening. So Monday evening is cut nails. And instead of basically having a whole bunch of to-do items on one day of the weekend or whatever, I kind of like to spread those things out that happen throughout the week. So that's something that I basically was doing before I started decorating here, is looking back at the previous week, making sure I'm not missing anything that happens on a regular basis, and then I can add in a couple other things throughout the week that come up. Now, I'm going to move on to a different topic. I figured maybe it would be fun to talk about different topics each week or every other week or so when I do Plan With Me's. So today I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about how to use your planner more, okay? Basically keeping yourself from getting burnt out of your planner, how to have like a functional planner layout where it actually does help your life system as opposed to just something that you want to do, right? We make goals all the time. We want to achieve them, of course, but sometimes we just lose interest in them, even though they're so good for us and we want the end results. Sometimes we just lose interest and we honestly just don't end up keeping up with it. We're busy, we lose interest, we're not motivated enough. By the way, I am starting on my homeschool planner now, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you'll see all the curriculum and how I put that in and plug it in for each week as well. So back to how to use your planner more, keep from getting burnout, and making it just a functional planner for you and usable every day. So my first thing is try to make it as simple for yourself as possible. Write the main things you need to track and the main things you need to have so that way you can do or plan. And just tracking after doing it as well. So if maybe you haven't done it or you haven't been doing it, maybe that's something you may not want to keep on your planner just yet. But the typical things that you really want to have yourself tracking throughout the day. I used to want to track down everything that I eat. And again, it was one of those goals. It was something I knew I probably needed to do, but I didn't always want to do it. I still don't always want to do it, but it was a big task to track everything that I ate. And I would have a whole separate planner for it, and I would have the best intentions, but then I didn't use it. And it overwhelmed me to where it got to the point where I actually wasn't even opening up my planner because I felt like I had so much to do when it made me neglect all the other things that I really do want and need to track. So keeping it simple as to what main items you want to track, write them down. For example, for me, I have our daily or weekly events and appointments. I have my typical to-do items that I like to keep on the left side of my dashboard layout. You saw my dashboard layout. We have just a couple of the same things that I do each week, but that I definitely need reminders for, and that's why they're there. And then space to write down any to-dos that come up that day or that week. And then I also have this homeschool layout as well. I am adding in my wellness, which is tracking food, but instead of tracking the food, I am going to be putting in the food that I'm going, like my plan basically for the week. So it's kind of like a meal menu, except it's pretty much every single meal. You will see that at the end there. But I did not add that in until more recently. I kept trying and then going back, trying and then going back, because I really just realized I had to keep it pretty simple and track the things that I already feel I can track and then slowly add in other things. Maybe have a list for yourself of things that you would like to eventually add in or slowly add in, and when you feel ready, you can do that. You can do that on the same catch-all spread like I typically do, or you can have a totally separate planner. But my next tip to use your planner more and keep from getting burnout and making it functional for yourself is maybe not having too many planners. So try thinking of possibly having sections instead of whole planners. I try to, and I find I don't really need it. I always want to get the new one, and I want to try. You guys have seen me try the cutest dashboard, planner I'm all into right now. Because I love Happy Planner and I want to use it so much, but I keep having to go back to my catch-all spread that I've created for myself because that is what is actually working for me. I try so hard to think, okay, I'll just get another planner for this one section, and then I don't end up doing it, you guys. So just another tip that I've found that is helpful for me is to not have too many planners in different sections. If you want to try things out, have one catch-all and maybe another section, and you can see if it works for you and see how you can maybe slowly, use another planner, but trying not to have too many planners at once and figuring out how you can keep it all in a section. What I like to do with that too, if I'm trying other things out, is, as you can see, I'm in my homeschool section right now, but the page previous, and just one page flip previous to this, is my catch-all spread. So when I have my planner open throughout the day, I just have my weekly catch-all spread, and then I can flip one page to my homeschool layout. And then you guys will see in a few minutes here, after my homeschool, all I have to do is flip one page, and that's where my wellness is. So if you guys have a problem with flipping a whole bunch of pages or sections as like I do, maybe trying them out to where you can have them just 1 or 2 pages to flip instead of sections. Okay, my third tip, and there's only 4, but is don't try to take on more. Rather, figure out how to enhance what you already plan or track. So trying to make sure that you are using the page that you have to the most that you can, because I do find that when you have too much on one layout, I get how that can be pretty crazy, but when you have too much in one planner, I feel like it can get even crazier. So trying to keep it to where just using what you already have, maybe figuring out if you can keep track of, 5 things instead of 10 on one layout. And like I said, flip a page and then you can try, another layout for a couple other things. Keeping things categorized, but then together in some way is helpful, so you don't get too overwhelmed with too much going on in your planner. And my last tip is trying to make it so you can use it at all times, or at least so you can use it to where you can check in on it a few different times throughout the day. So trying to figure out if you need a big planner or maybe a little planner. Do you have a 2-story like I do? Do you need to be upstairs and downstairs? Are you on the go? Are you, do you have a workplace that you need to bring it to and fro? I used to teach, so I would always kind of want to bring my planner, but then some days I wouldn't even get into it. And then I was like, why am I even bringing it? Well, that's where I was most of the day. And then the days that I wouldn't bring it, I would have all these thoughts and I would say, man, I wish I could jot these down in my planner. So trying to figure out maybe a good size for you to have it, upstairs, downstairs, in your car. Will it fit in the bag that you want to use, and so forth. And I know that's hard because I've been there, obviously. Right now, I use 8.5 by 11 because it's so easy to print my planners. But I do have different sizes that I like to put in my 8.5 by 11. And I must say that it is pretty easy if I know what I'm going to use ahead of time to print it all up and just make the cuts. And this is me talking about printing your own planner like I do. But if you don't need to print your own planner and you already, bought the planners that you need, then, you can just Frankenplan like I do and put the smaller ones inside of your bigger planner like I do. I love that. As you can see right there, I've used classic size, mini size, and skinny. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did touch on my meals, and if you need to rewind or look back on that, feel free to do so. I plan on doing a video on that layout very soon. But have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!